Hi Cancer, this is Moonpie doing your general reading for May through August, okay? And I've already pulled the cards. So the first two cards at the top, you have support and you have moving. So obviously support has something to do with you having support around you. And I'm wondering about the moving because I feel like some of you might be moving during this time period, okay? There might be moving to a new home, relocating, something along those lines, okay? That you're going to need support or help with this. So this card does say ask for support because you have a tendency to do everything yourself. It's kind of like investing in yourself by asking other people to help you, okay? So this is about self-honesty. There's an energy of money coming to you, joining a support group, child support or alimony, consultation with a healthcare professional, asking for the support you need, allowing yourself to be supported. Okay, so it's saying you'll benefit from asking or receiving assistance. Now, the moving represents obviously movement, going somewhere, doing something. Moving has to do with either you are moving or you just moved into a new home. And this is a huge change which affects every part of your life. It's like on one hand it's a positive thing. It's to clear the energy and start anew, but on the other side of the coin it's an upheaval which can be very disruptive. Okay, so it's relocation, self-care becoming more important, taking time to rest instead of rushing to get everything immediately completed, keeping up your normal routines of exercise and healthful eating, and because you're going to need your strength, I feel, for this energy move, because it's also an adjustment period. And also you're being asked to explore a new neighborhood or make new friends. So this card can represent changing your workplace, relocating or remodeling, a second home or vacation, moving your body through a new exercise program, or an emotionally moving experience. Okay, so you're starting off with the Magician. This is Gemini energy. There's a manifestation of a new journey that's happening here. So the card that comes before the Magician would represent the Fool, which means there's a risk that you either have already taken or will be taken, and these next few months have more to do with like beginning this new journey, manifesting, having a new start, laying all your cards out on the table and going for it, okay? As it is from above, so it will be below, okay? And yep, this can have an energy of being a little bit of an anxiety-ridden time, a little stressful, even though it's good for you, okay? But again, you may need to see like a medicine doctor, a medicine man, to try to get like a little help for anxiety issues you may be experiencing. You could have them right now, or you might be experiencing them later on throughout the months ahead. The Tower card also represents having to relocate or move, or having a moving emotional experience. So the Tower is like something just kind of comes down. And these are not necessarily in order. One could come before the other. But the Tower moment is like something that just hits you out of the blue. And it causes you to seek support. It causes you to get going or get moving in your life. Whether that's relocating, starting a new job, having to let go of a relationship, move into a new one, whatever you're beginning anew, okay? I do feel you will have a bit of anxiety about this, and I do feel you need to seek support and some help, whether that's through a physician or a therapy support group of some sort. There is an energy of grief and loss, okay, during this time period, and regret. It doesn't mean it's going to last forever, but some of you may be needing to sneak away from a situation, okay? And I'm not calling this a love reading, but it could have something to do with an environment that you were in that may have been abusive, or took a toll on you personally. Okay, let's clarify the Tower card. Okay, yeah, with the Tower comes hope. This strike down moment, this change, this shift that's happening feels awful. It feels awful, but it's actually a blessing in disguise. It's something you've been wishing for, but of course you left out the part where the struggle is going to be a part of this new beginning. The Star card represents rebirth and having newfound faith and hope in what's going on in your life. Okay, and it does sit atop the Hierophant, so it could have something to do with like a religious situation, a corporation, a hospital, could have something to do with a marriage. All of these traditional things or traditional values that either you're getting back, like there's an element of loss, but you know it's all's not lost, because you turn around and you have these 2 cups here, and the 2 cups represents, you know, commonality, mutuality, coming into agreement, and it's about alignment. Okay, so you know, whatever the situation was that no longer is and needs to change for you, I do see you possibly not being able to tell anyone that you're doing this. So some of you might be just kind of like giving notice but not telling anyone that you work with that you're leaving. Just giving your notice and going. Some of you may actually just not give notice and skip out and just go. It could be the same for a relationship. That energy could be there as well. Same thing. There's a hiding. There's a deceptive energy. There's a feeling of loss about doing it, feeling torn in your emotions about doing this, but knowing you need to. Okay, and your advice really is to follow the North Star, because that's your guiding light. Now, you do have the 4 of Cups, and so this is an element here of like indifference and withdrawal and contemplation. So I feel like whatever you're trying to break away from is not going to let you break away. Okay, the energy, what's external to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be one person, but it could be several or 5 people or a number of people. Okay, I kind of feel like, you know, the blessings that are coming for you, you're not quite ready to accept them. I know it's crazy because, well, when blessings come, when do we not accept them? But I feel like you might have a sense of guilt or feel a sense of guilt for the fact that you had to go, because whatever you were involved or attached to may have been a really long time. And there might be an element or a sense of guilt, or there might be people wanting to offer you more. There might be opportunities that come to you after you make this transition, but you may deflect them, or you may just not be. I don't feel, so I kind of feel like you go from the 9 of Swords to the 4 of Cups, where the 9 of Swords, you're like really panicky or just anxious or having tough dreams at night, and then you go to this place of like kind of feeling numb. This is a huge shift that's happening in your life, and the support card is there for a reason, to help you get through this change. Now the Hierophant is here, so some of you may need to seek counsel from a spiritual leader, or you may be doing that. You may need to, you know, I feel like, well, that's the message for that. Seeking counsel from a spiritual leader, okay, or someone who can give you good directives. I also feel the Hierophant here, 5 of Wands, yeah. I don't also feel, this is definitely seeking help from someone. It's Taurus energy, we have Aquarius, we have Gemini, we have Scorpio energy. So there's also, yeah, a connection with a job situation that you, there's a job offer of some sort that comes to you, there's a lot of competition in this position. And I feel like there's a lot of people competing for a particular position. And whatever this position is, they want you, but for some reason you're indifferent to it, okay? And it could have something to do with the people that work there, or whatever environment you're getting yourself out of. I kind of feel like that environment is saying, no, don't go. They could be kind of like going back and forth with each other about you or about this situation, okay? So you have the Nine of Pentacles. So you know what? You get yourself in a good place. Like, you have a struggle. There is definitely a struggle. But seeking support will make the struggle a lot easier to get through this movement that you have, this energy shift, whatever it is that you have to go through. But I see you like back on your own 2 feet again, financially independent, secure, your money gets right, your career situation gets right. And it's then that you you say yes to some kind of offer that comes through to you, because I don't think you're going to be ready to return to something, but nor will you be ready to move fast into something else. I feel like, because this is more like general in life, this has more to do with like a job position or a major change in your belief system and in your life. I feel like once you get yourself grounded, which is the Nine of Pentacles, and you get yourself in a good financial, sturdy, stable place, then the offer comes in and it feels more real, okay? Because it comes from a person who tries to help you. So let's take a look and see what your spiritual message is here for Cancer. Okay, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Okay, you're definitely passing, not necessarily through this world, so don't take it that way. But you're passing from one stage to another, which is the World card energy. There's a new cycle, okay, that's happening here in your life. And there's a major shift and change coming for you. And yeah, hold on a minute. I'm also getting this message, something to do with theater. There's some of you are connected to theater, and you have to leave a theater. There's also, oh boy, I feel like to be careful to tell you that you don't steal something in your desperation. Be careful of your desperation. Be careful of that real low lost point that you might find yourself getting to in grief or loss, that you wind up taking something from someone, or that you are so focused on your grief and your loss that someone tries to take something from you. You got to be careful of that surrounding you. Yeah, so that's your message for the next 3 months, 4 months, I think it is. Just remember that this change that's coming about is for your own good. And it will be more like a wake-up call. You may have been fearful to make this change for various reasons, but it feels to me, I mean, whether it's good or bad, change is always difficult for people. And I don't feel like it's crazy difficult for you. As a Cancer, I feel like you embrace new beginnings, but something going on in this situation pulls at your heartstrings, because it's something that you don't necessarily want to do. It's more like you necessarily have to do, and the universe kind of comes in and intervenes in the situation. It is tough going, but it appears to improve, and you improve along with it. Okay, so I'm going to leave your reading there. I hope you enjoyed that. Take care.